Hi, my name is Salva Crusca and I'm an accredited mental health social worker and a family therapist. Well, look, I find my work really quite satisfying. Being in the helping profession, it's about helping people to help themselves. It's an absolute privilege to have someone coming to see you who has possibly never had to speak to a complete stranger about the hardships they're experiencing, and to allow them a place where they feel safe and they're actually heard, and done so in a non-judgmental way. Part of the great satisfaction in doing this kind of work, that you go along with people's own journey of healing and actually see progress being made. Look, I see people of all ages, from children right through to older adults, and I work with a lot of diversity, whether it's linguistic or cultural diversity or with neurodivergence. I particularly work with people who present with trauma as a result of complex family relationships or intimate partner abuse or childhood trauma or single incident trauma. Well, trained as a social worker from way back, I always use a strength-based approach, which really takes into account the complexity of life, a very systemic view of the world and of an individual's place in their world. I very much use clinically evidenced approaches. So as with all psychologists, I use cognitive behaviour therapy, which is CBT. With my special interest in trauma, I use EMDR, which stands for eye movement desensitization and reprocessing. And this kind of therapy is strongly evidence-based for single incident trauma, post-traumatic stress disorder, complex childhood trauma. All these approaches, I use mindfulness always as a starting point, approaches in which we look at using our bodies also as a resource to deal with really distressing situations and very intense and strong feelings. I think my approach is unique because as a social worker and as a family therapist, I'm always looking at the individual in the context of their family, their relationships, their friendship networks, even workplace relationships. And as an accredited mental health social worker, and with the extra training that I've had in working with trauma, I'm able to use an individualised approach. And working with children, I also use a family therapy approach, and in particular, I like to use theraplay, working with a child and their mother, for instance, where there has been ruptured relationships. Look, outside of work, I really enjoy spending time with my family and my friends. I absolutely love reading fiction. I also love doing creative writing. One of my absolutely special treats is to watch Scandi noir films, and I think I've seen almost every single Scandi noir film that is on at the moment. And I love taking my rescue greyhound on the beach for long walks. If I weren't a clinician, I would love to be a writer of children's books and adult novels, to spend my time attending writers' festivals and literary workshops and discussing new literature.